talking softball. Mattingly and Canseco, Ken Griffey's grotesquely swollen jaw. Steve Sachs and his running with the law.
We're talking Homer, Ozzy and the Straw. Do. And that's it for that song. Hey, welcome in everybody to Halos in the Infield, the post-game show with your host, ToddFox, as we are going to enlighten everyone on yet another sad, pathetic game tonight as the Angels lose to the Texas Rangers in a day which should have been, which usually is not, something good for the Angels, because whenever something positive can come of something, they usually want to shoot themselves in the foot. So on a day when we could sit back and say Andrew Heaney got shelled and gave up 4 home runs in New York in his home debut for the Stankies, big shocker, folds under pressure. We could have told you that 10 times over, the Yankees. We could have talked you out of that trade if we wanted to. And, they get what they pay for. They get what they traded for. But we could have been celebrating that. We could have been celebrating Chris Rodriguez making his first start. And we could have been celebrating Joe Adell in the lineup. Joe Adell gets scratched late, I guess wasn't ready, because this team doesn't like taking batting practice on the field. So apparently the batting cages down below weren't sufficient for him to get enough bats in. So again, he doesn't get in the lineup. Lagares does. We've already seen what Lagares has done. This guy won't be back at all next year. And then, we waste a good pitching performance. Let's look at the last prior pitching performances against Oakland. Detmers, yes, was the worst out of the 4 out of the homestand, but he gave 5 runs in, 5 innings or 6 innings, something like that. He gave you enough chance to win, but the team doesn't score any runs.
On Sports Center.
Hold on. And then you got all of a sudden these other pitchers before, that were pitching good. Sandoval got a loss and pitched pretty much his ass off. You had Jaime pitch a good start, so you basically had good start, and then even you can count you can say whatever you want about Detmers. Rodriguez is a good start. The grill master was going off and saying DFA him already. Come on, dude. Come on, stop with the nonsense. The guy comes up, makes his first major league start. Started the 7th inning, gave up the home run. They pulled him, but 3 runs, and your team can't give you anything else in this game. It's pretty pathetic if you look down the lineup real quick. Let's see who got the hits on the team today. Only one for Iglesias, where he didn't wait for an 0-2 count. Lagares got a hit, and that was it. And Stassi. So you mean to tell me that you give up 3 runs in over 6 innings, and that's a bad start? Come on. I don't care if it's Texas. That's not his fault. He gave up 3 runs. He gave every opportunity for his team to score runs. Ohtani went 0 for 4. Fletch went 0 for 3. Gosselin went 0 for 3. 0 for 4. Marsh. Come on, dude. I'm sick of that crap. It's funny sometimes to say, hey, DFA this guy. Because if you say DFA Suzuki, okay. DFA Quintana, okay. You're not going to say DFA freaking Ohtani, Fletcher, and all these other guys. Come on, man. These are major league players that deserve a shot up here. And you know what? For whatever reason, they're not scoring runs because no one's getting in front of them on base. Nobody's taking the right approach. We've seen and talked about this crap the last few days. It's just bad approaches. No one's changing things up. We did a interview with a minor leaguer. That's what was delaying us from coming on right now. And I asked him flat out. I said, "Do you guys use tablets or do you guys go off of scouting reports?" They get very little scouting reports with the Trash Pandas. And they basically go off of tendencies. So they'll read the tendencies on a pitcher, how many times he throws a changeup, fastball in specific situations. They don't use that, but what they do is they go up there and they're given a mindset of do what you got to do. But that's minor leagues. See, in the major leagues, it's more scripted in a way where you want certain players to hit a certain way. Most teams that are winning will do that. We'll say, okay, in this at bat, I want you to try to focus, put the ball in the right field, beat the shift. Angels don't do that. So when you're up there just hacking, and they're playing like a minor league team right now, they are not with any direction. See, the Trash Pandas, I could see, it's individual. You're not really worrying about the team and what they do. You want the guys to all progress and reach their goals, get to the next level, go to the majors. In Major League Baseball, you're already there at the highest level. It's all about wins now. helping the team win, move forward. That's what winning clubs do. Angels don't do that. Angels will sit back and they still act like they're in the minors. So instead of trying to beat the shift, or instead of trying to beat the shift and go the other way, it's hit into the shift. Instead of taking a pitch and trying to work the count your way, foul some balls off, no, they're just up there hacking, home run swings. Instead of dragging a bunt, trying to get on base, doing the anything to pressure the pitcher, strikeout. You know what I mean? Like, this team has no discipline. All goes back to the manager. 4-1 loss to Texas. That shouldn't happen. This is Texas. Remember, we talked about just trying to break even with Oakland and Houston. And then if you're able to beat the bad teams in your division, a la Seattle, which they've gone above expectations, but there's still no reason for us to have a losing record against the guys who can't hit over 200. And then Texas, we're supposed to just kill. But you're not a good team if you can't beat those teams and then stay at least 500 with the teams ahead of you. So their record is what they are. They are who we thought they were. To quote Denny Green, RIP, former Viking coach, the Angels are 52-54. You give a half-ass attempt or effort, you get a half-ass record. That's what they got. Right now, they're butt cheeks, 52-54. Let me get to some of these comments. I'll start off here. Michael D. Gibby says, that was terrible. The offense has disappeared. They've been gone for a week or two, and I almost want to put the Angel bats on a milk carton. I put on a milk carton Rendon about a week ago. I think I'm going to put the Angels bats up there too. Let's see. Rally Chris says, I'm done with this effing team. I changed my profile picture on Twitter from Rally Monkey outfit to me wearing the Chargers gear. I'm done with this season. Ready for football. The chair and James Gonzalez says, Angels lost to a AAA Rangers tonight. Just sad because the Rangers manufactured runs by speed tonight. Double steal, huh? Stuff like that. Who would have thought a team with let's go over their lineup real quick before I get to any more of these. Let's see how many of you guys actually know. You got Kinter Farerta, 1 for 4. You got Nick Lowe or whatever his name is. A. Garcia, Jay Heim, Ibanez, Martin, Terry, Holt, White. That's your lineup. Does anyone in that lineup scare you at all? No. Let's go over their averages. 255, 251, 251, 222, 227, 167, 087, 204, 180. A pitcher by the name of Dunning gets the victory because you can't score. You can't. You can't score. So you can hit in theory, but you can't score. So let me get this straight. You can't hit. You're in a terrible funk offensively, yet you don't want to force batting practice. You don't want to have the guys participate in batting practice. Does anyone else see the problem with this? Who does that fall on? It's Jeremy Reed, Paul Sereno, and Joe Madden. Why isn't anyone holding any of these guys accountable? Because I guarantee you, I don't want to hear the injuries again. I'll say it again. The players can do things, and if that lineup I just announced can manufacture runs, what the hell is the Angels' problem? So David Fletcher's not elite? Ohtani's not elite? Let's go over these players. Do they all suck? Gosselin was hitting 300 at one point. Stassi's hitting 308. Marsh at least takes pitches. Lagares used to be a 300 hitter, still 235. Iglesias is a 275 hitter. Eaton can do things. Mayfield can do things. But why can't they do things now? Why is that lineup more appealing and scoring more runs with nobodies? Because they do the things they have to do the small things to get a run. Scratch one here, scratch one there. Put the pressure on the Angels. Angels don't respond. They don't respond, and I feel bad for Rodriguez. He pitched his ass off. Should have got the victory. Instead, takes a loss. There you go. Mateo says, damn this team. Of course, Grillmaster says, F this team. For the 1,000th, 200th time, maybe even more, he says, I'm done. We all know he's wrong. He will be back tomorrow. While Joe Madden is, well, I don't know. How can he be happy with his team? You can't. Todd, did you get this song from Dodger Films? No, I got it from The Simpsons. Let's see, what song is this? That's from The Simpsons. It's this song when Homer wins the what's it called? The softball tournament for Mr. Burns. Thursday's pitcher is Dylan Bundy. We're probably going to lose 3 out of 4 from Texas. Like I said, Ryan N says, good Monday. Hope all is good. Has a good weekend. Thank you, sir. The chair says, Garcia reminds me of Puig. I wouldn't know. I don't watch that team. Pee Wee team, when we have good pitching and our offense dies, can Joe Madden go to with them? Grillmaster says the team is going nowhere. It is going nowhere. And this is the problem that I said. If the Angels continue with this type of team where it's all in with the pitching and sucky ass hitting, and it continues to flounder its way into through August into September, damn it, I can't stick up for Madden. I know there's people out there, Mateo, one of them, and there's a lot of other people that like Madden. And I would like for him to have a shot with a full deck of cards. I know he's been kicked in the balls by COVID and then with the injuries this year. But there has to be a motivation to get these guys out there playing. Again, I read you Texas's lineup. If they can score with that piece of shit lineup, what is our excuse? What is our excuse? There is none. They're still major league hitters. They could still hit. You could still manufacture runs. You could still have good at-bats, but they refuse to do it. That falls on coaching. That's why I can't stick up for them. Fire the damn staff. Fire the damn training staff. Start this bitch over next year. Hit the reset button. You've already hit the reset button on the rotation. Hit the reset button on the bullpen. Fill in the gaps on the hitting. And redo the whole entire staff. And let Perry bring in his boys. And let's see what can happen. That's where I'm at right now. Poverty franchise, Manny says. Lewis says, Todd, I'm done with this season. We've lost to the Texas freaking Rangers. And I can't go against that. Grillmaster said, and I can't talk you off the ledge, you know. Grillmaster says, Shohei Ohtani, I'm surprised he isn't injured carrying this trash and increasing on his size on his back. Well, he had to buff up to carry this team, and he still can't do it. Mateo says, once again, we have good pitching performance and offense didn't do shit. Courtney says, bats have gone cold, completely cold. There is no reason why this lineup cannot provide run support and run insurance for our pitchers. Absolutely. Also, you can't be mad at me for blasting Robert. Yes, I can. It was his first freaking start, Grillmaster. I'm going to blast you. You can't DFA one guy for a one start. And again, major league ballpark or major league team, and he only surrenders 3 runs. He wasn't blasted. And I'm not even going to blast Detmers. These rookies are going to take their lumps. This is what you call a rebuild. This is what you call a youth movement. None of these pitchers are over the age of 27. Ohtani being the oldest. He just turned 27. All these starting pitchers outside of Cobb and Canning being on the injured list are all under 25. So, I mean, you get what you get, and these guys are learning on the go, and that's what we're going to have to get. But if they're only giving up 2 or 3 runs a game, you can't blast them. You can't. You have to say good start, butt slap, and let's try to motivate the offense to do something. It's the offense. The hitting's doing shit. They're the ones to blame, not the pitching. And I never thought I would say that in the first couple months of the season. But this is where we are. This is where we are. Big 20 Hammer says, dude, what the fuck? Grandmaster says, C-Rod did okay. Did okay. Even if he was nibbling, bro, 3 runs in over 6 innings. That's nibbling to me is when you're nibbling and you're in the 4th inning and you've got 80 to 90 pitches already. And maybe you've given up 2 or 3 runs, but you pitched your way out of a quality start. That's nibbling. That's Andrew Heaney stuff. At least if he's nibbling, he's still getting the pitches to get the outs and still saving his pitch count. His pitch count, I think he left with 89 pitches through 6 innings after the home run. That's still not bad. That really isn't. It's the offense all the way, dude. Let's see, Grillmaster, what rookie broke you? The management, who is just a disaster right now. Ryu says it's over, thrown in the towel. Why don't you all go yell at Fletch Fax? He's more consistent than me. Oh, I yell at him, bro. Trust me. I yell at him for sure. Mateo says 5 runs in 43 innings. That's terrible. The season is over. The team doesn't change till Madden is gone. Ace says, I can't believe Stassi fell for the double steal. If I was a catcher, I would have not fallen for that. And I get you that that's one of the oldest plays in baseball, besides the whole hiding the ball behind your back thing when you get a pickoff throw or whatever. So Ryan Ant says, "Are we that bad?" Shake my head. Decided not to go to the Dodgers game. I don't want to donate to the hated Dodgers. I'm kind of thinking of that myself because I kind of want to go on Sunday. We suck when Matty V did the Mariners series. Probably will make the playoffs this season, being the Mariners. That's over from Rally Chris. Let's see, at Grillmaster, Madden is going to be there next year as well. They've given up. Hope Shohei doesn't bounce, Mr. Halo says. The coach is Big Hammer 20. To be honest, I'm surprised that the Angels pulled small ball out of their vaginas. I thought small ball was dead with this team. They don't even know what it means, man. Louis714 says, heard on AM 830 that there is no timetable for Rendon when he might even be back this season. They seem to be say Rendon and Trout are holding out. And that's the funny thing, because there was a tweet about it that I think Rally Chris had shared with me earlier, and the rest of us, the fact that those two remain back here in Anaheim. So some people are speculating that's a good thing. That's never a good thing. If you travel with a team, you're hitting with a team. But this team doesn't take batting practice, so it wouldn't mean anything for them to be part of the team anyway. So, yeah, I'm over Angels optional batting practice, Ace. I think we all are. Todd, why are you blasting my favorite manager? Hey, Mateo, I'm sorry, bro, but if you cannot motivate, if there is no effort out there, Mateo, it's hard to back somebody if the team is just going through the motions. I don't know if you remember Brad Ausmus's year, but he lost the team midway through that season, and you could tell that team did not want to do anything that he was sporting or talking about or anything. And I don't know if it's gotten to that level with Madden. I just don't see any fight in this team. None whatsoever. And that's disappointing. You have to see some freaking fight. Vince says, F. Artie Moreno. I think that is a really, really good sentiment because he is not a favorite around here. T. Goldberg checks in with offense is pathetic. I'm sorry, but there's no way we should ever lose to Texas. I'm right there with you, T. Mr. Halo says, anyone see Heaney get lit up in his debut today? Yes, the balls were flying out of Yankee Stadium, and I think every Angel fan, including yourself, Mr. Angel, Mr. Halo, you can easily have predicted that happening because of the fact that Heaney has no drive, no ambition, no determination to become better and use the actual skills that he's been blessed with, number one. And number two, he just throws meatballs up there and just doesn't give an F. And if you saw some of those home runs to the lowly Baltimore Orioles, he's going to get really booed. You want to talk about worst case scenario for Heaney. He went from the OC register, which was the only guy probably that would take him to task and actually hold him accountable. Jeff Fletcher, the lead writer for the OC Register, that's like the only guy that would ask the hard-hitting questions in all the media that covers the Angels. Now he's going to the New York hotbed where everyone's just going to light his ass up, and they have multiple people there. And so if they let him in the locker room at all during this season, or even on Skype or whatever they use, Zoom, he's going to get destroyed by the New York media. They're going to be like, really? We gave up junk for this guy? Or they're going to say we gave up junk for more junk? It's the puns are going to be coming out of everywhere. There's going to be dad jokes. They're going to make fun of Heaney, and deservingly so. I've never liked the guy. I never liked his drive, never liked his approach, and good riddance. So whatever happens to him, hey, good luck. Good luck. I don't want to see him out of the league, obviously. But, hey, bro, get your crap together, because if you weren't motivated here in Anaheim, you better get your ass motivated in New York. And he better find himself a new home. I doubt the Yankees are going to bring him back. We're going to get swept, Grillmaster says. The Angels' grandma says, I bought tickets for 2 games for the Angels-Dodgers series this coming weekend. Can I get a refund? Hey, I do not blame you, Angels' grandma. I do not blame you. It's hard to watch this team when they're giving the effort that they are. No excuses at this point this season. Let's see. Ace said, did anyone else know that Ohtani's swollen left thumb? He got it from a Thursday's game from a hit by pitch. Yeah, no, it wasn't a hit by pitch, Ace. It was from what they said on one of the broadcasts it was a foul ball hit into the dugout, and he was actually putting his hand up, his throwing hand, to shield his head. And I don't know if he had the helmet on or whatever still, but he put his hand up to shield his head. The ball took a trippy bounce in the dugout and went right off his freaking thumb. That, I mean, is the most Angel luck you'll ever hear. And that's what happened. Another, let's see, the Rally Mantis. Rally Chris is saying there's a Rally Mantis. See, if we were in the NL East, we'd be 3.5 games back of the Braves, but we aren't. That's the problem. Mr. Halo says, I just want 40 games to show me a healthy lineup. I'm right there, too, with you, Mr. Halo. I think we wanted that all season. We haven't gotten that at all. I think we will see a healthy pitching rotation and a young one at that, and I'm very interested to see these guys because you're going to see on one side, Mr. Halo, you're going to see if nobody comes back for this lineup and we just put out whoever's out there, right? We're going to want to see the young guys like Marsh progress, get over 200. We're going to want to see Adele play good defense. We're going to want to see him hit home runs, get his average up, and take the next level, not be a Brandon Wood type player. So those are the things, the positives to watch. Ohtani trying to break records, but he's slowed down since the All-Star break, and I think we all know why that happened because the greed of baseball forced him and himself to take that home run derby, and that was the worst thing that could have happened. I don't know if he's going to hit the home runs that we thought he was, but my main thing is with this team, we're going to see more of an effort pitching down the stretch because these young guys are fighting for next year. And we're not going to see the effort on the hitting if nobody returns and these guys don't turn it around in the box. We just won't. At least Todd is getting his wish with the youth movement. We are getting it right now. We just are. T also says, can't even call up Joe Adele properly. Called him up too late and he missed the game. Yeah, most angel thing to do, right, T? I mean, if it's something correct, they're going to do the opposite. Juan says Angels have given up on this season, and it's only in August 1st or August 2nd. They won't do anything for the next 2 months. I'm right there with you, Juan. Let's see. The chair says, I wish starting pitchers on this team had a solid start but get no run support. Should be able to square up a batter in the locker room. Yeah, I mean, this would divide winning teams or even divide teams with players that have egos. I don't know if there's enough egos on this team outside of the box to where they actually care about what people think about them. If there was, I think there would be fights in the locker room. I'm blowing up the Yankees Twitter. They said the first inning he will be a Yankee legend. I was always, as he is always in the first inning, he struggled and got smacked. And see, like he said, I'm sorry you guys got him. Ha, ha, ha. Angels so bad they fouled off a batting practice ball and it hurts the best player on the squad. That's almost going back to the Mo Vaughn days when he falls down the stairs. Was Papa Fox saying anything about this game? He called it. He said the Angels were only going to get that one run, and he's like, boy, 1 run in 9 innings again? So he was pretty pissed off. That was him. Grillmaster says we will not be in the playoffs. No. You're going way too far ahead, bro. Let's take one season at a time. Let's see. Grillmaster, give the rookies a break. He can't. T. Goldberg says Chris Rodriguez actually pitched great. Really one was his fault. Stassi threw the second, and the blowpen gave up the other. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, he did pitch a good game, and there's no way you can hold him accountable for this. Trotter here says, I read that they shut down Trout for the season, do not travel with the team. That's probably, I haven't heard that officially, but I could easily see that happening. There's no point. There's no point when you're almost double digits in the wild card. It's one thing to be double digits back in the division, but to be double digits in the wild card, there's no, just youth movement. Just run with it. Run with what you got in the organization. See what you got. Ace says C-Rod seems to be over his pitched nerve, and he's looking good. His two-seamer looked good and ran inside. Yeah, he had all that. It had a lot of movement. It's very encouraging to see that. Someone take a coffin to the tailgate and put it aside the coffin with all our dreams and hopes for the next season. Dude, Juan, that is a beautiful idea. Maybe a suggestion box for Artie, and maybe everyone can write a note and put in what they hate about the team, what needs to improve about the team. And then we could just like drop the box at the Angels front office and see if they'll take it. That would be hilarious. You know what? That is, I mean, not a literal coffin because that'd be kind of expensive. I don't know if you've seen how much coffins are, even if we build one old style, but that would be hilarious. Like a suggestion box. I think I might just do that. That is a freaking great idea, Juan, and I'm going to give you all the credit for that. That is a good idea. And Drizzle checks in with, fuck this team. That is all. Grillmaster said, didn't these players know that practice makes perfect? No, apparently not. Madden's like, nah, just smoke the ganja. Vince says, just fucking shut Trout down until next year. He's over it. The fight from this team left after Fowler was injured. Seems like it. Juan says 2021 Angels. Angels 2019. Can't really tell. Trout here says, I think Trout is weighing his future options. He won't retire an Angel. Pretty sad. He may or may not. It just depends on how comfortable he is here. And a lot has to do with his wife. Let's see. Isaiah's World checks in with, I don't know. I feel like Adele is going to pop off. And when he starts playing, yeah, he should have started tonight. But hey, Isaiah, I hope so. I really do. Why is Goose batting third, especially with right-handed pitcher Eaton, who also doesn't belong on this team? Why the hell are they up here taking bats from Upton and Adele? Beats the hell out of me. And again, can you at all, any of you fans, tell me of a time where Gosselin deserved to bat third? I'll wait, because even with our boy Walsh out, there's no reason for Gosselin to be hitting third. Hit Iglesias third. Hit Lagares third. Any of those guys can hit third. Like I said, like you said, Adele hit third. Upton hit third. Nope. They're going to go with Gosselin. Okay. Whatever. Let's see. Heaney should be good in New York because the pitches have the thing called the pitching, or the Yankees have a thing called a pitching coach. Yeah, but I just don't think he listens, Mateo. I think he has headphones on and they're talking to him. He's all like he's listening to him. He doesn't care. I mean, he hasn't cared here. He won't care there. I mean, they'll rip him a new one before anything. Funeral music after every post-game song on the tailgate. That might be a way to go, Chase. Or not Chase, James. My lucky hat wasn't even working this year. That's right, Mateo. You were talking about how they got off to a good start and your lucky hat was working. Man. And Drizzle says, I miss Don Baylor. R.I.P. Don Baylor. Man, that guy was a legend. I miss him too. Nice guy too, by the way. Met him once. Trotter here says the Angels will get beat this weekend. Dodgers will have no mercy. The funniest thing is I bet you the Angels show up and they take 2 of 3 at Dodger Stadium and then they go back to playing shitty as hell right after. We have $200 million payroll. It is hard to watch now. I never miss a game and listen to them. It's embarrassing. I think they're throwing in the towel. Sorry to say it. Halo, Mr. Halo, let me tell you this real quick. The Brewers have a $93 million payroll. Half of what you just said the Angels have. Where's their record right now? Case closed. It's not how much you spend, it's how you spend it. The Dodgers have spent almost $300 million. They're in second place. It's how you build an organization. And the Brewers have done it the right way. And maybe not, contrary to some of their fans don't like it, but look where they're at. Look how consistent they've been. Angels could be there too. You just got to spend on scouting and coaching and training staff, none of which they do. So you spend half-ass worth, you get what you pay for. And if they will overpay for someone that's not really good, Pujols, and you do it again, Rendon, then you get what you pay for. Guys who just don't give a shit. A guy that is acting like he's all happy in L.A. over there in La La Land, he's not happy because he's not getting the at-bats. So what? He rips a double down the line and the Dodger fans are freaking out. So he's still batting like 220. Still can't hit a home run in a long time. He's over the hill. He's done. And then Rendon, he's just collecting a paycheck, stroking his goatee all day. So, I mean, you don't care. It's all how you spend it. You got to get guys with drive and guys who care. Tabathia, if I said that right, says, Viago says, Angels have become but then she stops. Let's say Joe Madden stopped smoking the good stuff before and after and make a lineup the right way. Michael Gibby says that was terrible. The offense has disappeared. Ryu says it would be a miracle if the Angels would win one against the Dodgers. Management can call up Joe Adele properly. Called him up too late for this game, and he wasn't in the lineup. Trout and Rendon are probably like, fuck this shit. Grillmaster says, I bet the Angels couldn't even tie their shoes properly today. I also think Ohtani is struggling because pitchers have been following their scouting reports. Yeah, they're throwing it on the outside, and he's just not hitting the ball. He's not going the other way like he was earlier in the season to force them to bring the ball back in and over the plate or inside. Workman's comp to Beth. They're on workman's comp right now. That's a good one. We have the least amount of walks in the Major League Baseball, T, which is I've been preaching that all year. This team does not take pitches whatsoever. They can't produce runs when someone is on base. Mr. Halo says the A's series broke the Camel's back. It sure did. F. Gonzalez says bargaining Barging tips for the rest of the season to enjoy a beautiful night out. I don't know if that came out right, but I'm guessing you're selling your tickets. My bad, dude. The writing was off on this one on my screen. Sorry. Mateo says, once the Angels are eliminated from the postseason, are they going to rest Ohtani? No, he's got to get his numbers. Rodriguez looked great tonight. Trouter here says, how does the moon cut its hair? Oh, here comes it eclipses it. All right, there you go. He says, I have 2 more wishes at the MLB season. 1, beat the Dodgers. 2, get the Dodgers eliminated from the playoffs. That's all I care about, Jaime. You are a red-blooded Angels fan. If that's all you care about, beating the Dodgers right now as the season as constructed, somehow beating them 2 out of 3, taking the season series, and the Dodgers getting eliminated. My baseball season doesn't end until they finish, and right there, Jaime's the same way. Let's see. Let's go down here. Mateo says Troutwood won't retire an Angel because he wants to win. Now, if the Angels are bad the next 3 years, I could easily see the Angels trading Mike Trout. I really could. Why do we have 5 outfielders and 4 infielders? They don't even know how to balance the effing team. Isaiah's World says, I really thought Mayfield was pretty damn good after the Twins series. Now I changed my mind. Grandpa Joe needs to retire. Vince says Upton can't catch up with a fastball anymore. It's sad to watch. He can only catch those curveballs that he can hit a ton to left field, and that's about it. So you're right on that. Jaime says, how many games do they have to be out of the wild card on September 1st for you to be optimistic? For me to be optimistic, they'd have to be a good 4 out. Maybe 5 at the most to have a chance to go on a legit run, but that ain't happening. See, I'm working on fixing my hat situation right there. At least we face the Smurfs and we don't have to face Diva Bauer. Todd, what's Roger Lodge saying about tonight's game? He's basically talking about Roger Lodge is doing this. Let's now, James, can we go to the Halo Honk? Oh, no, we can't. Oh, okay, the Halo Honk line is down tonight. So, and it's a positivity Monday. James is like, isn't that Tuesday? That's a positive Tuesday. It's a positive every day, James. Okay? Just play the clip where we're announcing the starting lineups because that was the only highlight for today. Okay, James? That's what we're going to do. And then we're going to talk about Lakers basketball with beat reporter Dave McMiniman, who's going to come in here and talk about Westbrook to the Lakers. Oh, but isn't this we're going to talk Lakers. And that's AM 830. That was your AM 830 update. How did Adele do today? He wasn't in the lineup, Justin. They pulled him because he wasn't there in time, because they didn't bring him up at the right time. Jaime says Adele didn't play because they let him know too late. And he's like, are you kidding me? Madden is probably too depressed and sleeping. I mean, I'm telling you, he's smoking weed. He's smoking way too much weed. I want Trout to retire an Angel, but I guarantee you that the team doesn't win, he will demand a trade. I'm there with you 3 years from now. That is the deadline. I hope the Angels get Dave Wallace after the Olympics for pitching coach. That would be a good pull right there. Let's see. Mateo says Joe Madden changed up the lineup 3 times before the game. Probably all in the crapper at the same time. Captain Creep says 100%. Wow, we lost again. I knew it. Fast times. Yeah, we sure did. Don't we also want the A's to lose in the postseason as well? Bro, Mateo, you don't have to want them to lose. They lose anyway in the postseason. You really think that with all these teams, AL, NL, that this team would advance anywhere? The A's don't do shit in the postseason. They're all talk during the regular season. They're like that dog that's behind the fence, and you bring your dog, and it's barking the hell out of your dog, and your dog's getting annoyed. And then all of a sudden, like the owner from the opens the gate, and the dog just shuts up because he could see your dog can go in that yard and kick its ass. But that's how the Oakland team is. And their fans will talk in August and September, and it'll be a big thing again. You'll see them waving the flags, blowing the horns, playing those little keyboard drums, and everyone's going to be all excited because Oakland baseball and all this other crap. And then they're going to get punked in the first round. It's inevitable. It happens. And even off the off chance that Oakland actually advances to the ALCS, they just get punked again. They won't advance because that's how they're built. They build everything regular season correctly to get to the postseason. They don't do the things to get farther in the postseason. They needed one more power pitcher, and they didn't get it. They filled the lineup with Starlin Marte. They got Harrison. They got Gomes and whatnot. Good players, good hitters that'll help balance the lineup. But again, pitching wins in these situations. Those hitters can't be shut down. And so I have no faith in them. I really don't. Until proven otherwise, no faith. Shocker, only I'm out of here later, folks. He's down in Mexico, so stay safe, Grill Master. Let's see. 310 says, we're losing to a fifth-place team because we're going to become a fifth-place team. Roger Lodge is saying 3 months until UCLA basketball, baby. Yeah, he is. Let's get another interview with a former UCLA Bruin. Let's see. We are worse than the Pirates. Errors, Isaiah. We are. Joe Adele call-up signals Trout out for the year. You might be onto something there, T. Todd, you having me weak with Roger Lodge impersonation. Love it. Haha, thank you. Mateo says, if Trout demands a trade, I won't blame him. I wouldn't either. We want to make the playoffs, but we can't even beat Texas. Effing pathetic. And that's where this team is. So we are let's see. Yeah, right now, Roger Lodge is checking in. You're trying to call, and he's blocking the calling all angels. I mean, come on, do you have to play it every time you get a phone call? I would not put you guys through that. If we had took phone calls, I would not do that whatsoever. But he makes you listen to that stupid train song over and over and over and over. And to the fact that I used to like that song in Angel Stadium, but because it reminds me so much of his crap-filled show, I get tired of hearing that song. The chair with James says, F the Lakers. That's because he's going to break in with, we got Trevor Ariza and Dwight Howard. That would have been great 5 years ago, James, but they're past their prime, aren't they, James? And then James is like, aren't we basketball? I mean, UCLA, no, Angels, I'll just play another clip. Yeah, you do that, James. And then we're going to go to commercial. We're going to talk about 1-800-THE-LAW, too. And then that's another segment for AM 830, because that's why that show's been on for over, 15 years now? Why? How has that show been a staple? How do the Dodgers have such a great network of reliable listening AM 570 people to report on the Dodgers every day, and then AM 830 has a budget of bubblegum, and we hire a retread nobody, Roger Lodge from Blind Date. He's our post game or post pregame whatever interview guy, our freaking lead on our station. And then the rest of the time, they're too damn lazy to hire more talent to work that station. Instead, they rather just say, hey, whatever ESPN recyclable shows that no one wants to listen to, bring it on to AM 830. So you're hearing the worst of the worst. And on the weekends, I don't know if you've ever tuned into AM 830 with non-Angels baseball. It's hilarious. They have cooking shows, they have horse racing, they have car shows, and there's an audience for that. And I'm not going to knock the people that like that stuff, but for a baseball station, or at least a sports station for the Anaheim greater area and beyond, it goes into San Diego, comes into Los Angeles, that's the best you have to offer? Hell, we've already tried to fire the training staff, the coaching staff for the Angels, and tried to fire Artie. Let's fire everyone from the radio station too. That shit needs to go too. It's a bunch of hot garbage. And I'm proud to say that we have a garbage ran, or not proud to say we have a garbage ran radio station. It's pathetic. I mean, you would think you would have better options for this team, or you have things to listen to, people to talk to, or hear Angels baseball or other sports. You just don't. It's terrible. Let's see. Stop talking about Trout leaving. It's getting depressing, man. Sorry, Don. Let's see. Fast Time says we want to make the playoffs, but this team can't even beat pathetic Texas. T says our young pitchers give me faith for next year. Bold take. We win the division next year. It could happen with the right hitters and everyone staying healthy. I think the pitching is really, really something that's got me in the same kind of way. I'm feeling really confident about next year. I wouldn't say division, but I'd at least say wild card. But I'd say we could play. I mean, another year Houston gets older and loses picks, or loses, because they've been getting high picks, but loses those high players, and they're going to lose Verlander, obviously, Correa, and a few others. They're going to get weaker. They're going to come back to us. Oakland will do Oakland things, so we're going to have to worry about them again. I was really shocked Houston's doing what they're doing now, but I think next year they're going to take a step back. They probably won't have what's his name either, the other pitcher. So yeah, they're going to be getting older. Breaking news: C-Rod just replied back on Instagram. I scored an interview. Holy shit. Okay. Isaiah says for the A's do more hitting practice before the matchups at our stadium. That's the reason why they are winners. When do the balls drop? Oh yeah, I got to put the balls drop on here because we did. I don't know if we did it earlier. Let's see. Here's one. And we'll do the second one. This is for the jersey countdown. I did not do a good job. See, being pissed off, you kind of forget to do the check out redbubble.com and look at all our merchandise there, the stuff that helps minor league players. And I also forgot to mention, go to halosintheinfield.com to find all our content. Watch the podcast. Another one dropped today about the last series in Oakland. And, you can find that on YouTube if you want to watch it instead of listening to it. You can listen to it just about anywhere you subscribe to podcasts. So the two balls dropped are G56 and 075. G56 and 075. There you go for those two balls to drop. He always brings up his days on Blind Date, Lewis. Yes, he does, because that's all he's got is James Roger Lodge's helper. Yeah, he's the DJ and the guy that runs the board. He basically does everything while Roger just looks there and pretends to know what he's doing. Let's see. Wonder what Gooby thinks of this team, Vince. Vince, he'll never tell you the truth. He will always be positive and a cool Gooby. But he will never, unless you're a family, I don't think he'll ever tell you the truth. Every Saturday morning's horse racing, gambling shows. What the fuck? Yeah, there you go, Jaime. He knows. AIM 830 trash. Angels should do better. Exactly, Chewy. I hope Canna gets 98 miles per hour to the ribs. Oh, yes. Yes. The only show that I listen to on AM 830 is Doctors in the Dugout. 2 doctors on the show. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Todd Lodge, LMAO. Let's see. Seem to know more than the training staff. Oh, shit. Can you reach out to them, Ace, and see if they want to come on? Let's see. Don Hammond says, I want Corey Seager in the offseason. He could be an option. At Don Hammond, Trout is going to leave. The team doesn't win in the next 3 years, I guarantee you. Not everyone, with Astros still killing everyone, Mr. Halo says. Chewy says Angels should just fire the training staff. I'm with you right there. Matt Badingo says, how many losses does Matty V have of the Angels this season? He's going for the record. Manny says Carlos Correa to the Angels. I would take him too. And Syndergaard as well. Don Hammond says Chewy says Angels should just change their name to DL Angels. Well, you have to be PC, Chewy, and that's IL. You can't say disabled anymore because that'll offend 2 people in this country. And you know what offending 2 people means? That means offending 2 million people. So you just multiply that, and that's what happens. Let's see. Also, Seager to the Angels. Isaiah wants that as well. Perry needs to do what Rob Pelinka did in free agency right now. Well, he would need the checkbook from Mr. Drunk Artie, and if he could steal the checkbook from Drunk Artie, then maybe we can work some magic. But until then, I don't think it's going to happen. So with that being said, I've caught up on all the comments. Real quick, the 2 bingo balls for your chance to win a free jersey courtesy of Halos in the Infield is 075 and G56. Let's see. Halos in the Infield is the #1 source for all things Angels. Real talk right here. Dude, if we had a platform like that, give us that radio station and watch what we could do with that radio station. Just give us that radio station with no sponsors and watch how fast we would get sponsors and watch how fast real fans would be able to talk their own stuff, maybe get their own shows, and it would turn into an all-around-the-clock sports station with different segments from teams that are popular in the area and not just have it one-sided, not just be blow smoke up your ass radio. It would be awesome. But the nice guys will never have that. You'll have to work for yours. But we love the platform we have. We love the fans we have. But I'm just saying, if we were ever gifted that, what we could do with that is just mind-boggling. Because what they're doing with it right now is exactly what you want to do if you want something to fail. And for it to be on the radio this long, that's only because they got the Angels contract. They would have lost that station a long time ago. If there was a competing radio station that wanted the Angels' rights to the games, it would have been taken from AM 830 a long time ago. So I'm surprised there isn't another market or another radio station trying to do that. But maybe just no one has the money to start one up. Let's see. Last few comments and I'll get out of here. Let's see. Mr. Halo says, when can we extend Ohtani? Yeah, my best guess and first guess would be after this season. because he wants to get his numbers in. How about our boy Max Scherzer? He starts against Houston coming up here, and then he'll have an opportunity in the offseason to come over here. Chewy says, true, my bad, it's the IL Angels. There you go. And then Fast Time says, time for the paper bags. Yes, on August 14th, the tailgate, we're going to keep telling you about it. That's just in 12 days. Get your tickets for Houston, because when Houston comes to town, you'll have two things to boo: our crappy lineup on the field, and you also have the Houston Astros. And if you bring a paper bag in, or you want one, we're going to make up a bunch of them the week prior and just give them away to fans that want to walk in there. Maybe sell this team on the side. We'll have some crying tears, whatever. If you want to wear that into the stadium, I encourage it. We're going to do the same thing. And also, we're going to have a big-ass barbecue under the A. So if you have a side dish that you say, oh, man, I make the best chicken dumplings or whatever, or I make a really good buffalo cheese dip or something, bring it and let everyone else sample it. We'll do a potluck. We're going to have meats, cooking, grilling, from free food to give away to the fans. We just want you guys to hang out and have a good time, and let's commiserate this Angels season together. Let's be fans together, and let's enjoy each other. There's going to be cornhole, music, and there's going to be raffles, giveaways of hats, and maybe a few jerseys and stuff like that. So come on out. Bring the family. Have some fun. At least pay for parking. Maybe you don't want to go see the game. Say F the game. Come in and just chill with us for a few hours. It's from 12 to 6, August 14th. Make sure you have your plans to be there, because we will be there. Jaime says, can we do a pregame next time when James doesn't? Oh, can I do a pre? You know what? If you want, Jaime, we might work something out right there. James has been battling some health issues, but he's getting better, with that car accident. So he's getting on the mend, and his work schedule's kind of turning. So, yeah, he missed today. So, I didn't get to do it. I was working a double. So we all have jobs, and it's kind of hard sometimes. So, you know what, Jaime, shoot me your number, and maybe we can arrange that, and maybe James can help you out with that as well. Matt Bedingo says, I thought Mateo said that Artie gave Perry the keys to do whatever he wants. Maybe not. Maybe he said, I'll give you the car, but it has training wheels. Let's see. Manny also says we can sign everyone in the offseason, and we won't mean jack shit if the medical staff is going to injure or misdiagnose them. That's true. Let's see. And then a few more here. Angels should have their own fan radio, all Angels fans. Yes, it should. I fully convinced our medical staff it re-aggravated Trout's injury, and they aren't telling us. They probably did. They probably gave him the wrong shot. They probably, they tweaked his muscle. Something happened. Otani will get extended if the team doesn't continue to win. He's not going nowhere, dude. I think Otani is a generational player. I think they're stupid if they don't extend him. Kurt Suzuki says, don't extend me. He wants to get DFA'd. Make sure y'all bring trash cans, Mateo says. I need a bag, Todd. I'll have plenty of those. Paper bags at the Houston game. Bet. So, yeah, Isaiah, come down and you'll get one. Mike Trout signed an extension with the Angels, and they're losing. Yes, please wear the paper bags. Bring awareness to the weak-ass owners' failures. Yes, Don. If only you can come down from the Bay Area, I would be there. Have fun with you guys out there. We'll be on live as well, so you need to check that out. We need to take, let's see what Jaime says right here. We need to take at least one lap around the whole stadium on our bags. That would be cool, man. And if you guys want, that would – it's going to turn heads, and it's going to make some people mad. So if you're not easily upset because someone will say something, I guarantee you there's a jackass out there that'll say, "Don't do that. That's disrespectful. The Angels have this, da, 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 da." And then they're going to get in your face, and you might have an usher try to say, "Don't do that." Da, 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 da. You have the right to wear that bag in there. So if you're willing to take some heat for it, but then you might get some high fives, and you might get a lot of people saying, "Man, that's really bold. Hell yeah, F Artie." You'll get some love, but you will get some hardcore ones. Mostly, your season ticket holders, not you, Ace, but other season ticket holders that take offense to that kind of stuff. Basically, super Halo honks. You got to watch out for them. They're going to be the ones that are going to take some pop shots. So last couple on here. See, I think the staff gave Trout wrong vaccine shot. Fire the medical staff and pitching staff. Absolutely. And can we get Grillmaster to DFA Madden? Typical John says. Dude, if he had those powers, I'm pretty sure he would use it. I'm not offended either way. I would so do it. Well, if anyone is down to do it, we will have the bags ready. It's just the only thing is, do you want a Ralph's bag? Do you want a super bag, El Super bag? That's the only choices. So with that being said, everybody, this was a crap-filled game. And again, game 2 against the mighty Texas Rangers. So if you weren't riveted by today's one run, stay tuned. There's much more to come. And then let's see if the pitchers can get some help tomorrow, because that's what it comes down to right now. I'm not talking wild card. I'm not talking division. I'm not talking postseason. I refuse to. That ship has sailed. Again, I'm still watching this team. I'm still hoping for the best. Still want this pitching staff to do good. I want this hitting to come around. I want to see these young bucks do their thing. But if you're going to tell me, hey, man, we got a shot at the wild card, no. They got to give you something. I mean, we're taking L's like crazy. This team is who we thought we were. Once again, Dennis Green, RIP, 52 and 54. So everyone enjoy.